What's going on, Bills Mafia? I'm your boy TG. This is my boy Nature Boy. Welcome back to Top Billing.
What it
Before we
do?
get started, make sure you click that like, hit that subscribe, click that notification bell to let you know we got another show.
Sir,
All
yes,
right,
sir.
man. All right.
Hold on. First off, like my boy Varnell Hill said on Martin, did you miss me? It's been a long
Oh
time,
man.
folks. Been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I think I got a delay camera. But we're gonna try to work through it, man. But anyway, you don't, but I do.
Yeah,
Cause
I don't really notice it on my end.
what the delay?
Yeah, I don't really notice. It might be a
Oh
little. Yeah, I don't notice.
man, we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, there's always something on my end. Always something on my end. It's never nothing on your end.
Yeah, well, we
But
ain't got to worry about nothing falling off the walls no more. So you good now. Yeah, we ain't got to worry about the stop gaps.
well, I don't even think they even notice that, man. I don't, I don't even think they notice that.
Well,
Cause
yeah, hey,
we take it out the show. So
yeah, I was gonna say the good editing that goes on by editing guy Blache. Hey, he do a damn good job. So y'all don't even notice the f ups that go on during the
I
broadcast.
know, I know. We got to get our kids and everything under control so we can get the show, get the show back going. Shut ups and
I know,
take
right?
this and go in here, and we got to convince the kids to watch them.
Yeah, say, baby, give him the tablet. Get him out of here. Give him the tablet.
What's wrong with them? Hold on for a
Yeah,
second.
find some
What's
coca
wrong with
melon.
them?
Yeah, find some coca melon somewhere, please.
My daughter ain't watch Coco Melon no more.
Mine don't watch. I don't even know why I said it. They don't watch.
She be on YouTube Kids, just deciding what she want to watch.
Same thing here. Same
Yeah,
thing here. They
yeah,
too smart for their own good.
yeah. They are, man. Which I mean, I don't mind, man. I mean, long as they're logically smart,
Right, right.
I'm good with that. I'm good with
Yeah.
that. I look like an AI on the screen, man. You think I look like an AI?
I mean, you just look like you in 1080p to me, that's all. Look like how you supposed to look. I know you so
Oh,
used
okay.
to the old 70s sitcom look, you know. So yeah, you used to the old, flashback to the Jeffersons and good times. Yeah, well you have to go over there to the TV and adjust your hue button. Yeah, go say, see, young folks don't know what the hell a hue button is. They don't even know what a hue is. They don't even know how to spell it. You know what I'm saying?
I
So yeah,
don't even think
you
they
all
care.
they could care less because they not gonna get up and turn the TV for us no damn way.
I
Yeah,
know it.
go get a remote.
Yeah, I know it. Well, let's get back to business, man. I
Uh,
want to show everybody. I got my T-shirt. I don't know if y'all ain't gonna see this, man. We got Top Billing T-shirt.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Nature Boy got his coming on the way, but I know you
oh
can't see
yeah.
mine. But
That's
Lord
nice.
willing,
Hey, we see it, man. We see it good. Show them that thing one more time. Yeah, that thing.
let me
Yeah,
get this
that's
out the
nice.
way.
Yeah, look at that. That thing, boy. That drip.
Love it,
That drip.
love it, love it, love it, love it. Be
Yes,
wearing out in
sir.
public, y'all. Like, what's this? I meet Bill fans every day. I meet him at the grocery store. I met the dude at the barber shop yesterday. I was in there talking my ish. I had my Josh Allen jersey on.
Yeah,
And of course, they were like, the Bills. And I was
yeah,
talking my ish.
yeah.
And then I
This
had
this 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 is down here in the South too, folks. Down here in Georgia. So yeah, Bill.
ATL baby.
Yeah, Bills Mafia. We run rampant. We everywhere. You can't
We're
get away from.
Falcons country. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So had a had a I had a undercover Bills fan who just jumped out of nowhere and just started talking ish with me. He was like, yeah, man, you Bill. He said, you from Buffalo? I was like, I'm from Brooklyn, man. And then it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm a Bills fan. I was like, psh, Bet. And we started talking to our Bills news, and everybody just came in and started helping, started hating, and we was just throwing darts at them.
Yeah.
One at a time. We had a Jets fan talking ish. We had a Dolphins fan, a young Dolphins fan. He
Oh
had the
man,
audacity to try to talk some ish.
and he should know better.
You should know better. I looked at him like, come on, dog.
That's like
Come
us
on,
talking
dog.
shit about the Patriots during the
Like,
Brady era.
yeah, come on, dog. I mean, we still were though.
Yeah, I know.
We still were.
We got 3 wins. We got 3 on after 20 years. We got 3.
Yeah, man. My man was just talking about. I was like, man, y'all had a division. I was like, we're going on our 5th straight division, man. You had the
Yeah.
Jets. It was a Jets fan in there talking his ish, man. You know, Aaron Rodgers, like, please,
Come
dude.
on. We the
Come
one
on, dog.
ended Aaron Rodgers last year. Come on, dude.
Yeah, man. Go somewhere and sit down and get a client. Can you get a client and cut his hair? Cut his hair
Yeah,
and shut
somebody
up.
get him a seat.
Yeah. Somebody brush the hair particles off his seat so somebody else can sit down and he can get to work so he can be quiet. Talking about the Jets.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Come on
Anyway.
now.
So speaking to talking about our Bills, man, our fan base is starting to get a little bit more optimistic, I'll say. I think we kind of went through the same thing last year, not knowing, the Tremaine Edmonds leaving and Popo was supposed to sign with the Dolphins or whatever, or whoever else he's supposed to sign with.
Yeah.
It was kind of in a little, probably not as bad as this year, but, it was kind of similar last year versus compared to this year. With this year being the worst because it was like we're so used to having these anchors on our team and leaders, captains or whatever,
Yeah.
and they all got dismissed. Most of them, majority of them, got dismissed. So which put our fan base, especially after Diggs got traded, in a huge disarray.
Yeah.
Um,
And that was after all the leadership had got shipped off.
right,
The
right.
Diggs move was the
The nail in
last
the coffin.
Yeah.
That was a nail in the coffin as far as the faith and the optimism of the direction of our team. You know what I'm saying? So, but for me, like I say, I trust Brandon Beane. You know what I'm saying? Because he's proved year in and year out, how to make this roster competitive. Do I say better? I say competitive.
Right.
I've seen it when he brought in, John Brown for the development of Josh Allen. Then he brought in both Cole Beasley and John Brown.
Mhm.
Then, he tried, to work with the offensive line. Probably not no big names, but some solid quote unquote pieces.
Mhm.
So, he's knows the areas of improvement, and he's for year in and year out to some sort addressed those issues. You know what I'm saying? So my faith in Brandon Beane was like, okay, I just want to see what he's gonna do next. So when we entered the draft, well, actually, before the draft, the free agency period, everybody was looking for, another, we got rid of. I ain't say we got rid of Gabe Davis, but Gabe Davis signed with somebody else, and all the other vets. So we had, we was looking to see, what other big players. So I think Diggs was still on the roster during that time, and we added Kurt Samuel and Mac Hollins and we added, a couple of pieces where people was like, why? I think my big question mark was Nick Morrow from the Eagles. I was like, what's the point? I think I wanted the kid from that safety that went to the Commanders. That was
Jeremy
from
Chin.
Jeremy Chin. Yeah, I was salivating over Jeremy Chin, man.
Especially the contract that he signed for.
Yeah.
He signed for little or nothing, pennies on the dollar compared to the value that I felt like he would have brought to the field. And it's like we jumped at Nick Morrow so early
Mm-hmm.
in the free agent process. I really didn't understand that. I even feel like the linebackers that we brought later on in the process will bring more to the table than what Nick Morrow will.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, I was just money wasted, in my opinion. I still think so too, because I don't really see. I don't know. We'll see. I can't really say I don't see him making the team, but we'll know. We'll see. You know what he brings to the table. But and then that stuff happened, and shortly after we had a quote unquote fill in free agency. We signed AJ, we signed back Dequan, made sure we had our pieces together, and then a couple of other pieces. I think Curtis Samuel was the headliner, of the free agency outside of those two defenders. But and then the Stephon Diggs thing came about, and then that's when everything just fell off the wall, man.
Yeah.
As far as like, what we gonna do, and Bills Mafia started to panic, and I was like, yo, I told you, I was like, I'm not even phased by that that trade, because
Right.
guy was like, it was just time for him to go.
Mm-hmm.
He served his purpose in the development and the evolution of Josh Allen. Made him a more confident player. Because Josh Allen came in the league as a developmental quarterback,
Right.
with raw abilities. So he helped the maturation of Josh Allen. So I was cool with Steph Diggs dipping because it was best for both parties. Appreciate your services.
Right.
I don't have to hear the man say how he loves Josh Allen and loves Buffalo. Is the fact that he gave us four solid years, and he helped our quarterback develop into an elite status.
Yeah.
And I think that he's ready to compete without a premier wide receiver,
Right.
as RG3 stated. And Diggs was like, yeah, right. So it was time to go. We had 30 mil to eat. I'll take the 30 mil to eat in a second, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Before I have Diggs on the roster again somewhere he doesn't want to be. To be honest
Right.
with you, or
Right.
I ain't say where he wants to be, or somewhere he's not happy.
Exactly. Exactly.
So after that happened, here comes the draft. We people was upset because we didn't get one in the first round, which again, it was one of them things. Like I told you, I was like, okay, we got our pick. We got end up getting the third. I think we got another fourth or whatever we got, but we were getting picked. I think we got 2 seconds and whatever else. I can't remember off the top of my head. The draft. I know we
Think
got the
about it, been
third,
another fifth.
another fifth. Okay,
Yeah.
but whatever we got. I know we got that third pick, that third round pick that we wanted.
Yeah.
So
Right. Quarter.
I wasn't messed up with it. We got Keon Coleman. Despite the quote unquote interview accolades, I like his game, and
Yeah.
the man that he is. And I just think that we addressed it. We addressed the needs that we needed, as
Mm-hmm.
far as having another movement of youth um, being instilled into our core, you
Yeah.
know. So I love the draft. I gave A-, man, definitely for the draft. From
Oh
my
yeah.
opinion,
Oh yeah.
I think we got some solid contributors that's going to make some noise early in their career.
Yeah.
And so and then we signed Chase Claypool and
MVS.
Marquez.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Um, and people crapped on the idea of having Claypool, and I was like, yeah, I didn't really, again, didn't see any issue with it. It was like, okay, what we gonna do with him?
right.
Right
And
now
it's
he's
not
making the
like
most
we went it.
noise.
Yeah, it's not like we went out and spent 10 million to get him. You know what
Not
I'm
at
saying?
all.
People
Yeah.
getting their panties in a bunch over somebody that we're bringing in to see what he still has left, how much passion he still has for the game. And
Mm-hmm.
if it works out, it's a win-win for both parties. So
Win-win.
sometimes I don't understand people's thought process when it comes to some of the moves we make. You know, who wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
want a 6'4", 238-pound body that could run a 4.3 on your roster. But
And that's still 26.
yeah, that you not having to come off a lot of money for. You know what I'm saying? That is coming to a so called depleted receiving room. So yeah, the moves that we made on the back end after the draft and what we added to the receiving room, you could possibly say that MBS and Claypool is, talent wise, just as good as anybody we would have got after the third round on down. You
For
know what I'm
real.
saying?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of look at it from that aspect. And we didn't spend big money to get either.
Yeah. Word. So I mean, for real though, I mean that's a logical way to look at that is the
Mm,
fact that, we didn't have to come out, and 2 points you just made, we didn't have to come out a lot of money to get a talent that's probably not probably that's better than someone coming out of the third, fourth, fifth, or the third round and down in the draft.
yep, yep.
Period. Like these guys are instant contributors, know the game, and have something to prove. You
And
know what I'm saying?
and and their most productive seasons have came with Super Bowl caliber quarterbacks,
Right.
MBS and Claypool.
Yep.
Once Big Ben left Pittsburgh, Claypool's game dropped dramatically. But Pittsburgh's offense dropped dramatically. It wasn't just Claypool,
Yeah.
it was the whole offense.
Yep.
Pittsburgh's offense hasn't been the same since Big Ben left.
Yeah.
So I think I know Claypool's attitude early on, being on the pivot, saying he's a top 5 wide receiver and all this, kind of put a damper on his reputation or whatever. But he's showing that he's willing to work hard and do the little things to be able to gain that reputation back. And
Hmm.
coming out saying he's willing to do special teams, excited about it, and just to hear him in interviews, I see somebody that wants it. I think he's hungry and he's out. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder. And I
Yeah.
believe him and Josh Allen working together after practice and things of that nature, they're gonna build some kind of chemistry, and I think he will make the 53. I would be
Yeah.
shocked if Chase Claypool doesn't make the 53.
I'll be shocked too.
Yeah.
I'll be heavily shocked. It just seemed like they want him to, just
Mm-hmm.
hearing, the extra work he's putting in after practice,
Yep.
coaches standing behind him. And, it's just that, when you see talent, or, when you see someone who just needs an opportunity, and
Mm-hmm.
that's all you need. That's all they need is support. Because to your point, the Pittsburgh fell off after Big Man dip. Then he got shipped to the Bears, was it's just a trash can of an organization.
Yeah.
And then, he wasn't, of course, wasn't productive there. So then they shipped him off, was it mid-season to the
Miami.
Dolphins,
Yeah.
and he just didn't mesh with that offense, and that's okay. Like,
And that's not an
because
offense that you're gonna learn on the fly mid-season. I'm
not at
pretty sure
all.
Miami's offense is pretty complex and that you would need a full off season to even go into it, comfortably to where you're not thinking and you can play fast.
Right.
We know it's a
Right.
lot of motion in that offense and all that. And honestly, his body frame didn't really fit the type of passing game that that
Absolutely.
that that Miami implies, regardless of his speed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was the thing people thought, they clamored about was, he's a fast guy, but it just didn't mesh, man. And it's okay. Like it just didn't. He doesn't mesh with that style of offense. I mean,
Right.
somebody like OBJ meshes with that style of offense. If you put somebody like Brandon Ayuk can mesh with that style of offense. Chase Claypool did not mesh with that style of offense. And I completely understand. So that's
Exactly.
why, you look at the history of things, and rather than just listen to the noise, because people just talk a bunch of ish. Um, just look at the dynamics of the situation before you can start judging and start having and start being optimistic about the opportunity that he can bring the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
Big body guy, like I said, 6'4", 238. Shit, I was drooling over the fact that we signed him. I was like, man, just think, if he can just get his mental
Yeah.
under control, and it seems like he's humble and hungry. And I was like, check. And now it's time for him to, display his opportunity, because people feel like it's his last opportunity in the league, and he's gonna go to the CFL and go from there. I have full belief that um, he's going to make this, like you said, the 53, and he's going to contribute in a big way. And he's going to prove a lot of people wrong, man. If he gets when he gets his opportunity, and and there's 17 games, he ain't got to be the 100-yard receiver every game. As long as he make big contributions to our team,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, the guy, he's big role for Chase Claypool.
Oh yeah. I most definitely can see that, man. Just come do his 111. That's all we need out
That's
of him.
all we ask him to do, man. Not
Mm-hmm.
nothing else. He rocking Diggs 14, but we don't need him to be Diggs, man. So,
Right. Right.
but other than that, man, I'm trying to figure out what's going on my end. So what about the direction, of our offense, man? We talked about Chase Claypool, our free agent acquisitions. Um, we had a pretty good draft where we drafted, I think, the kid from Georgia, which, man, I'll be excited to see him, play real soon.
Yeah.
What do you think about the direction of our offense?
Well, I feel like we added pieces at every level, pieces that can contribute at every level, and even uh, drafting Ray Davis, man, he's gonna bring a dynamic to the offense to where once James Cook is out of the game, you don't have to switch up play calling as much as you would as when you would bring in Latavius Murray last year. Um, I'm really excited about Ray Davis. I want to see him. I believe he's going probably bring us about 600 yards of total offense to the team next year. I'd be satisfied with that. Not on the ground, I'm talking about just total offense, catching the ball, running the ball. Could be more than that. He might get more of a workload as the year goes on. But Keon Coleman, that draft pickup, once you find out that's the guy that Josh Allen wanted, and then like you say, you see his personality and seeing him work out. He's a workout warrior, man. He's gonna live he's gonna live in the playbook. He's gonna live on the practice field. He's gonna be somebody you're gonna have to bring him back in, to tell him, say, hey, you done did enough for the day, man. Just come on and reel it in, kick back. You're gonna pull your hamstrings. You keep going like this. But I'm pleasantly surprised by his football knowledge, though. The more that I think about how he views the game of football, he is somebody that's going to have success just from his mental, from his mental
Hmm.
capability and his mental knowledge of the game. He's not even 21 yet, or he might have turned 21 by now, but at such a young age, uh, a lot of guys just basically going off of their physical capabilities at that point. They might have little nuances about the game that they know that they picked up from college, but the college game and the pro game is so different from what you're gonna see in coverage concepts and things of that nature. But he already seems to have a pretty good grasp of it, and I think it's helping him to learn the playbook a lot faster, where he'll be able to play fast earlier in the season to where I thought he would be more of a raw talent that would probably take longer to get it. And honestly, I believe by mid-season, we'll fully know and understand what Keon Coleman brings to this offense. I think he will be the X. I think he'll be the X week 1. You know,
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of him and CeeDee Lamb working out together, and honestly, he looks more fluid than CeeDee Lamb when they're out there running routes in open space. I mean, his movement, CeeDee Lamb looking like he's having to stop and chop, chop, chop to get his momentum to make a cut. Where Keon is just nice with, he's just one with it's so
smooth route runner.
Yeah, yeah. And his hands are impeccable, man. Like he didn't have a drop last year, so that it speaks for itself. So like I say, the additions on offense, man, they will play a part early on in this season. And if uh Van 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 Granger, whatever his name is, if he can somehow in the off season, like Torrance did last year, come in and earn that center spot to where we can move McGovern back over to left guard, that would be awesome, man.
Yeah.
That would be awesome right there, man. But I want to see what La'el Collins still have, what he still got in the gas tank too. Nobody's really talking about that pickup. That's a underrated move too, right there, to where we didn't have to spend a lot of money for a guy that has big time production and snaps in this league. And you never know, he could win that left guard spot if McGovern stays at center. It's not going to be David Edwards just penciled in just because.
Only person who's penciled in to me is of course Dawkins and Torrance.
Yeah,
Spencer Brown is probably for sure as well, but the center and the guard and left guard position is, to me, is in the air. I mean, I think somebody can compete for those two positions.
Well, I just feel like whoever wins one or the other, McGovern's gonna be on the field regardless, whether it's at guard or center. So
okay,
that's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
It's gonna either be the rookie winning the center position, McGovern left guard, pencil it in, or between Edwards and Collins winning that position, and then you boom automatic. So I feel like I feel like McGovern's gonna be on the field regardless what's going on.
Yeah. Good take, bro.
Oh yeah.
So are you finished?
Yeah, that was it right there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, for me, I'm excited about the direction of the offense. New coaches. Mainly ROC, which is not new, but full season as our play caller, brings a lot of energy, and that, to me, that's where it starts. It's, having somebody that we're confident in being a play caller for this offense. Last year, it was kind of like, what Kid Norris going to do? And then to hear him do his interviews has made it worse. I mean, it was just like, who was this accountant?
Right, man.
Wearing a headset for offense. Like,
yeah, I thought he had a little more dog in him than what he did.
Yeah, man. He just seemed like he sits straight up in the chair, and he uses a fork and knife for everything, including cookies. Sorry.
You ain't got to apologize.
But then, but yeah, man, we got, but then we got, somebody that's young, that's a dog, man. Somebody that we're all confident in, and we've seen, take the offense of what he had to deal with and made it to where we were successful in those last 5 wins. in the road that we made last season to not only punch our ticket in the playoffs, but also win the division and get the number 2 seed in the AFC.
Yeah. Right.
So, and then, like I say, if you want more confirmation, you look at that playoff game against Kansas City, which, man, we ran the ball. I mean, not ran the ball, but we drove the ball at will against that defense.
Yep.
Now they made adjustments throughout the game and kind of stonewalled us a little bit, but it was a very competitive game. I walked out, I left out the room after seeing that game. It's like, I was hurt like everybody else, but I was also proud.
Yeah.
I wasn't upset like I was last season.
Yeah.
The prior season.
Last season, I
Yeah,
didn't want to watch the Super Bowl after that.
Not at all.
Cincinnati lost anything
Yeah.
to that nature. That was gut wrenching to lose
Horrible.
like that. But like you say, you could lift your head up a little higher. The way we lost to Kansas City this past season, man. It's like every time it's back, goddamn threads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then they want to get a bag of nickels and just beat the hell out of Tyler Bass after missing that kick. But other than that, I mean,
go full metal jacket on his ass. I mean, just take a damn face rag with a hell no, the hell with that. Get a pillowcase and just fill it with a bar full of bars of soap and beat his ass with it. I mean, golly.
A whole bunch of lever 2000s.
Nothing but them solid lever blocks. Yeah, nothing but them solid lever blocks. Beat him until he smelled like he done took a shower. Yeah, beat him till he smelled like he done took a shower. Golly, boy.
But other than that, man, we it was promising to see, the fact that, the guy, Joe Brady, he's a pretty solid play caller, man. And outside of that, man, you also had some help, we had a lot of experience in that offensive room, that coaching staff, and who gave him some guidance as well. So full season, he had the whole off season. Now you got this OTAs and mini camp, and then also we got training camp coming up and to instill things that he would like for the offense. So excuse me. I'm encouraged by that. That's the first thing. Second thing is, is Josh showing the promise that, take the pressure off of him and having to feed our number one wide receiver. Him making plays and seeing the open man, that's his game. That's developed his game. And so that kind of just, became, I can't think of the word right now, but it was destined for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? For him to evolve into the quarterback or the player he is for not only the Buffalo Bills, but for the NFL, to be a leader, in the NFL, kind of like an Aaron Rodgers, so, it was necessary for that to happen. And we now don't have a quote unquote star wide receiver, and which is fine because you seen how Joe Brady orchestrated that offense, with not feeding Diggs like that. Man, we were successful, and it's not about just making the home run plays all the time. You got to think, guys, the defense is adjusted to that big play, down the field, bomb explosion play by just dropping the safeties in the back and keep everything in front of you. They've already made that adjustment. So that time for that and that Dable offense, that's no more. You know what I'm saying? Now we evolve into we're going to run the ball. We're gonna do some play action. We're gonna just draw up some schemes on you, to keep the defense guessing, and that's what you're supposed to do. It's not just we're going to just got to draw Josh Allen's big arm and we're going to put it on display and it's going to be the explosive offense. No, man, we that has already ran its course. Now it's about orchestrating the offense to where you can implement the big play, but you can also run the ball like we've been clamoring about for the past 5 years.
Yep.
And keep it a balanced offense to where Josh don't have to just make those quote unquote bonehead plays.
Exactly, because when
Toss
you
the ball up like he did against the Jets.
Yeah, because once you utilize the run game, you can utilize your running backs and your tight ends more in the pass game. And you've seen that more later in the year. You get the ball in the running back hand quick in the pass game, let him do his thing. And then next thing you know, you hitting him deep over the middle, wide open, because you know that's what I'm saying. It's setting up to do that. You know what I'm saying? You getting Kincaid open more off the run game. You know, and then with a healthy Dawson Knox coming back, I hope we see a lot more 12 personnel, because the way the 12 personnel was utilized early in the season with Dorsey. Okay, you got 2 tight ends out there, but you're still in a 5 wide spread set. It's not a true 12 personnel set with 2 tight ends in, and you not knowing if you're finna hand it off or not. You see what I'm saying?
He knew what he was doing though, so that didn't matter.
Yeah, he didn't. Remember, like I said for years, and it was somewhat in Dable's offense, but me going back looking at highlights from Dable's time there, I realized Dable was a way better play caller than Dorsey when it came to chalking something up and getting somebody wide open.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
He could scheme a lot better, without the run game, concept than Dorsey did. It was just like night and day once I go back and look at those highlights. It's like once with Dorsey, especially the second year, everything was a struggle. Every completion was it wasn't nothing really just crisp all the time. Like even a couple of the touchdowns Diggs made last year was because it was all effort. He's making a catch and breaking 2-3 tackles and then scoring. It wasn't like it was schemed up. And look at Diggs running wide open like how we see a Justin Jefferson or Adams sometimes, how they can scheme these superstar all pro receivers where they're running free. Travis Kelce. Everybody's always saying, why is Travis Kelce always so wide open? Because it's the play calling.
Yeah,
it's the play calling, man.
Yeah, man. So that's where we are, man. I mean, we got to make this system successful. We have to have the right players to do so. That's why it was necessary to get ship off Diggs, because it's better to get rid of them than to feel like we have to have them. Because if we feel like we have to have them, then we will be in the same predicament as we was last season. The pouting, just the nonchalant. All right, I'm just going to be a leader, do what I'm supposed to do. But at the same time, just throwing out innuendos that I'm happy, but it's cool. But at the end of the day, he's not here anymore. He's excited about his new opportunity in Houston, which he should be, because that's going to be a hell of a team.
Oh yeah, both
sides. Yeah. So, but yeah, we got the pieces that we need to orchestrate the offense. It's Josh Allen's show. We got the running game. I was excited about Ray Davis. The signing of him, and I don't think I told you about him. During the draft process, you said you didn't heard about him, but I thought I told you about him. But yeah, I seen him, and I was like, yeah, I hope we draft this guy, and we did. I was like, yeah. And then so we still got Johnson, right?
Ty Johnson.
Ty Johnson.
Yeah.
Um,
We know what he brings to the table.
we know he's a hard runner.
Mhm.
Receiver at all three of those guys are receivers out of the backfield. And I hope that we implement them somewhere, in the pass game where Cook can be in the slot or something. So it's just
Oh yeah.
different ways that we can utilize, the weapons that we have.
Oh yeah.
So
You think you bring two backs, two tight ends out one wide.
yeah,
You know,
and
or you come out, you bring them out wide, and you have everybody spread out there. You bring Curtis Samuel in the back.
in the backfield because they say that he took snaps at running back. So that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Like and that's what and two. Thanks for bringing that up. This is the main thing is you can because defensive coordinators look at the personnel of what the offense brings to the huddle,
mhm,
right? And a lot of times, most of the times, that's how they're calling their defense. Somebody like Buffalo who runs nickel all the time, it really don't matter. Like you can bring whatever personnel out here, we're gonna match it with whatever you bring out. But for other defenses that deal with make the adjustments of nickel and dime and or a heavier set of personnel, um, with three linebackers, or if you run a 4-3, or you run 3-4, you can move it how you want to. But to your point, you can mess things up by bringing out two backs, bringing out two tight ends, bringing somebody like a Curtis Samuel, line them up and put Curtis Samuel in the backfield, and it's like, okay, who we have,
yep,
So we can do that.
yep.
That
'Cause
that's just
what personnel is the defensive coordinator gonna put in if he see that package go out into the huddle?
a 4-3.
What I'm saying,
He gonna go. He gonna automatically think it's a run because of two tight ends and two backs.
yep,
You know what I'm
one wide
saying?
receiver. Yep, they're
Yep,
going jumbo.
yep,
Yeah,
yep. They're going jumbo, and then next thing you know, we spreading them out.
yep.
You see what I'm saying? Don't call cover one or cover zero. Just don't call cover one. Don't. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, okay, like
Yeah,
who's
man,
gonna get
man,
who?
yeah, man, beaters everywhere.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so yeah, man. So I'm excited about that. I still want to see what we do against our goal line offense. I don't want to just use Josh Allen as a battering ram to get in the end zone. I know that's why we got Ty Johnson and Ray Davis, but again, they ain't like they 220. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to see. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, very very excited about the offense. So let's move to the defense, man. Let's move to the defense. We still have the same optimism of this defense being a top five or even a top 10 defense in the league.
Oh, I most certainly do. Yeah, I most certainly do. I'm actually pumped up and excited to see this defense at full strength. Regardless of us losing Poyer, Hyde, and White. Honestly, uh, we haven't had White past 2 seasons, 3 seasons if you want to count, because he came back midway last year, right? Was it after
Yeah,
Thanksgiving when he
yeah,
got back? Yeah, he got back right after Vaughn got hurt. So we haven't had him the past 3 seasons. I look at Hyde, he missed the season because of his neck, when Hamlin had to start. Then he was nicked up this season, so we didn't have Hyde at full strength. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
Poyer, he looked like he clearly missed the step last year. That's why they were playing him closer to the line of scrimmage, you know. So I feel more optimistic about this defense than what I did secondary wise than what I did about last year's secondary going into this season.
yeah,
Just because, I was wondering, we didn't know what Michael Hyde was going to be able to bring to the table coming back off a neck injury. You know, uh,
yeah,
we knew Poyer had been dinged up previous season, so we didn't know how he was going to be coming in at age 32, 31, 32, however old he was. And like I said, it clearly showed. So once we bring in Rasul Douglas and we saw the immediate impact that he brought, uh Benford being able to play the amount of games that he played, and we seen how solid he was. never getting toasted, always in the right position. You know what I'm saying? Even if if the catch was made, he was there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the secondary, and then plus Matt Milano coming back healthy with Terrell Bernard, that combo. Oh my God, I'm so excited to see those two play off of each other, man. And then re-signing DQ, drafting Dwayne Carter, re-signing AJ, Vaughn, a year removed from the knee surgery, uh, drafting Solomon too as well. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. I feel like we got a lot of juice. We got a lot of juice because honestly, what did we get out of Phillips? What did we get out of Shaq Lawson last season? You know, Shaq
Tim
Lawson played
Settles.
Tim Settles. What did we get out of Puna Ford? You know, so yeah, I people like I say, they're always caught up in the moment. They haven't seen yet. So since they haven't seen or witnessed it happen in front of their eyes yet, a la Terrell Bernard for us last season,
Mm-hmm.
the proof is going to be in the pudding once they line up on Sunday and you see just how dominant this defense is going to be, man. I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
have no issues with what we have as safety. I don't. I have no issues because I know by the time the season starts, they're going to be coached up so well that it's going to be no issues back there. You know,
Yeah.
Rasul Douglas is enough of a veteran to where he can get that group together. Teron Johnson, the leader of the group now, he knows what it takes. He knows what it is to be a part of that secondary because he's been there from day one as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have no concern about our defense at all. We will be a top 5 defense at the end of the season. And
Yeah.
don't forget that young bull that's leading the charge now, Bobby Babbage. Bobby Babbage, hey, even if he don't call plays, his footprint on this defense will be noticed. You
Yeah.
will see. You will see. Everybody's gonna be where they're supposed to be. You know, it is like I say. I'm just super excited about this 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 new age Bills team. Period. Because
Yeah.
this is the new era. This is
It is a new
phase.
era.
Yeah, this is phase 2. Now I consider it phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would say phase 3 in a sense, but phase 1 and 2 in that case wouldn't have been long enough because
Phase one was like of the McDermott era. It's probably phase two of Josh Allen. Maybe,
okay,
maybe, maybe, maybe the beginning of phase three. I would say too, because phase one was with Tyrod and the beginning with Josh Allen. Phase two with Dayball and the evolution of the offense.
mhm,
Now we entering phase three when we have to put everything, scrap everything together. You know, scrap all whatever from phase two, and then bring in some new blood, new coaching, new philosophies, and new
yeah,
juice. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
um,
younger everywhere,
younger
younger every
everywhere, different, philosophy and how our younger players contribute to the team and things of that
mhm,
nature. You know what I'm saying? So so for me, man, again, it all starts with coaching. Bobby Babbage, he's a younger McDermott. If you listen to him talk, very careful with how he uses his words, and he's very mindful. So when people are that very meticulous on how they say their words, and you hear that he's been a good teacher. When he got moved down to a linebackers coach, he admitted not knowing what to do. You know what I'm saying? He had to reach out and get some resources, some information, and then put it together. And then outside of teaching them how to cover, so at that stand, if him being that coach, he was still an outstanding linebackers coach.
yeah,
So just for him to be a play caller, um, for the defense. You know, just like he says, you know, you never know if you're going to be successful. And I'm just, you know, I'm not. This is not verbatim, but you know, until it happens, then that's how you can measure success. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't done it, then you know it's kind of hard to say. You know, but
Yeah.
until you do it, that's how you can measure. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Or say that you're ready or not until you do it.
Right.
So I mean, just that mindset alone that he has, you know, it just makes me confident of him being a leader of that defense.
Hmm.
You know, to your point, you know, we did add some pieces, some younger. We injected some youth in there. Excited about our D line. I'm glad we got rid of what's his name, Eric. What's his
Eric
name, Eric?
Washington.
Eric
Eric.
Washington. Man, you see, I forgot about him.
Yeah, yeah,
I couldn't stand Washington, man. He's just a puppet. You know, he relied on the veteran players to make himself look good. But when it was time for him to deliver, i.e., in the Kansas City game, they just couldn't do anything.
yeah.
So, you know, get him out of there. Add, you know, Coach West, which, again, another young coach, um, you know, bring some juice to that defensive line. But yeah, so, you know, we got, we brought in some new blood, you know, coaching and from the player wise, and you know, I'm fully confident that we are going to be a top 10 defense. You know, I'm not going to just put the pressure and say we're going to be a top 5. You know, we still got some young guys out there, and they've got a long season. You know, I think
But,
Brentford's.
but damn it, I'm gonna say it. I I see it. Yeah, I see
I
it.
see it too. I see it too. But I'm also going to tell you what else I see. I see a Kyrie Elam that's gonna turn a lot of heads this season.
Oh yeah. Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I mentioned one time in one of my shorts, you know, that Von Miller is going to lead us in sacks. I still believe that. I stand on that. Like
Yeah.
I still believe Von Miller is going to lead us in sacks. He's going to get 10 plus sacks this year.
Yeah.
I
I'm going 11 and a
100%.
half. I'm going 11 and a half. I
Give him
feel
11, give him 10 and a half. But you know, I still think he's going to lead us in sacks this year.
hmm
Um, and Kyrie Elam, you know, I think somewhere down the line he may end up being a starter. And I think
Could
that's a
be.
hotter take. I think that's a hotter take than saying Von Miller's going to lead us in sacks. I mean,
That is a hotter take because that means
yeah,
he's gonna have to unseat Rasul Douglas Christian Benford, and that's gonna be tough to do.
he ain't no. He ain't going to unseat Christian Benford. Christian Benford got his number, but
So you
if
think he can unseat Rasul?
I didn't finish. Only if it injury. Now, as
Ah,
far as like, you know, straight up, you know, competition, no.
mhm.
Rasul Douglas fits the scheme,
Yep.
his skill level. He's a great personnel package for this defense. Um, Kyer, again, he's still learning and whatever, but as the season goes on, and let's say Kyer, you know, gets slotted in as a starter, and Douglas gets hurt, and Kyer puts in that work, it's gonna be hard to unseat him, dog.
Yeah, you're right. You're
It's
right.
gonna be hard to unseat him. You know, I hope that for him. You
Yep.
know, I mean, this is what I mean. Douglas got one more year. You know, we didn't restructure him, we didn't extend him, so I mean, I'm kind of hoping it happens. You know, not that he get hurt, but I'm hoping that Kyer some way somehow gets slotted in. But first of all, somewhere somehow gets better.
Yeah.
And once he gets better and he shows some sort of dominance on the field, then some way somehow I hope he gets slotted in as a CB2 slash, well, I ain't gonna say CB1 because that's Benford, but CB2 alongside with Benford.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I think that'd be ideal or what the Bills are looking for. But other than that, I mean, we still got Rasul Douglas. I mean, the guy is an unbelievable corner for our system.
He really is.
Great tackler. You know, he's great in coverage. You know, he plays with passion. You know what I'm saying? Very smart football player. So
Yeah, big corner
I'm
too.
not taking anything away from him at all. At
Yeah.
all. But yeah, I still have faith in our secondary. Still be one of the top secondary in the league,
Mhm.
bar injury. And then, like to your point, the duo of Milano and Bernard, which was exciting to watch the first part of the season. I mean, them guys just and they
Um,
just play off each other
Havoc,
so well, man.
yeah, Rick Havoc, man.
Yeah, they were wreaking
Yeah.
havoc. So, again, Babbage is the key in all
Oh yeah.
this, and he's going to play. I think he's going to play at a very aggressive style defense.
Oh yeah.
And
And not to cut you off, I love the fact that Bobby Babbage rides rookies hard the way he said he did. I love hearing him openly admit that in that press conference that he gets on, gets up to rookies, to get them,
yeah,
to where they need to be,
yeah,
and a lot of coaches nowadays won't do that because they feel like the younger generation won't receive it well.
right. Of course, that's what everybody feels, some to a certain
Yeah, well,
degree.
clearly Bobby Babbage don't care or don't give a damn about that.
Sure don't,
Yeah,
because they end up being better. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
exactly. And it's almost like how it was in New England. It's gonna be the Bills' way or no way. You gonna do it our way. But I still feel like, in a sense, it's still gonna be fun. It's not gonna be feeling like you in some kind of asylum somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what about so let's the overview of our team, man. We got a seen the schedule. You've seen, what we pretty much our schedule and what we had to work with, man. What's your overview of the team?
Uh, I'm glad we kicked the season off with a team to where we can see, what we got. We don't have to really, like when we started off with the Jets last year, I felt like Josh Allen felt like he needed to go out and win that game no matter what with all, and it
Yeah,
caused him to play with a type of pressure in week one that he didn't need to play with a previous season going in playing the Rams, a Super Bowl champion. It's
hmm
like he played with more of a chip on his shoulder in that game to prove the point that he is the man, and it was more of a confidence than uh, a pressure of I need to do this to beat out Aaron Rodgers or show I can beat this Jets defense, division rival. So
yeah,
starting out with Arizona, I think everybody come out relaxed in that game. We'll see, like I say, what we have as a whole unit. The preseason can only show so much, but overall, I believe as the season goes on, the team will mesh and gel more and more, and week by week, it'll look better and better and better. I think
yeah,
starting off, the defense will start out, hitting the ground running pretty much because
hmm
pretty much at every position outside of the safeties. Well, Taylor Rapp was that last year, so I can't say the safeties, but everybody was there. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
it's not that I know that, like I say, White, Poyer, Hatch, you hear those names are gone, but really the only person that's going to be integrated into the defense that hasn't played a snap on the defense is going to be one of the safeties. Everybody else got snaps, so
yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, they're gonna hit the ground running. They might somewhat carry us to a certain degree early on. I mean, I still feel like we'll get our points offensively. It's still just gonna be a learning curve when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, we're gonna play tough defense. Um, the offense still to a degree have to mesh. Um, it's easy to go against your guys. You know what I'm saying? So the adjustment I think you're referring to is, you know, going against other defenses
Mm-hmm.
and implementing what we have, going against the adjustments of the other defenses. And then once we get accumulated, or acclimated with the adjustment part of it, then then we'll have a better way to attack. Now we could be wrong. It could just be the other way around. Other way around. It could just be fire on all cylinders and start kicking. But
Yeah,
from the
but
get go,
from a logic standpoint, you would think that that's how it would start out.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
Josh ain't played with nobody but Khalil and Dalton as far as his pass catching. So, you know, it ain't many guys who done went week one with pretty much a whole new core and just, I mean it's done happened, but you still want one of your guys is a rookie who ain't never played a snap in the league. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if it does, I mean, we still Josh Allen is capable. Yeah, he's capable of going out there week one throwing for 350, and we both be like, shh. Well, I'm glad that happened. We ain't got to worry about the offense now because we know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I feel
yeah.
like the Brown game will be that though. We will be able to run the ball week one.
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
and that will happen. But like I said, as far as the pass game and the schemes, that nature, how we utilize Curtis, uh, how we utilize uh, you know, who's gonna be the fourth receiver, because we know
Hmm.
Shakur's gonna come out and ball. Oh my God, I feel like he's gonna have such a good year. I really feel like Khalil Shakur can give us 1,000 yards this year, man.
They probably can. I mean,
I, I
I'm
feel
not
like
really.
I feel like he can end up being a consistent 1,000-yard receiver in this league. I
Yeah,
really
given
feel
the
like,
opportunity.
yeah, yeah, because he goes because he's going to make the best of each opportunity.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I mean he's shown it. He has that mentality. Uh, have you seen uh video on
Hmm.
yeah, I just that right there is what you look for in a wide receiver. Somebody that's
Yeah.
not going, you know, uh I mean, he in a sense reminds me almost of Amon Ross St. Brown, man. They kind of got the same build. I mean, they play the same position. It's
Yeah.
just that Khalil hadn't got that opportunity yet, to where I believe if Khalil Shakir landed on another team, got drafted by another team, that he would have got those opportunities earlier, but,
Yeah.
but Buffalo, it was hard for him to get on the field early. But like every opportunity that he's had, and he's made the best of it, man.
Yeah.
I love that dude to death. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Everything about him as a person, a player, everything. He's exactly what you want on your football team, man.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. But yeah, man. So um, that's pretty much, you know, our show. I highly believe that we have a very competitive team, and listening to the things that we did for OTAs and mini camp, and um, we're gonna go into training camp, of course. Um, just the moves that we have, and again, it's another competitive roster. And it's just this is the exciting part of the year because we got new blood, in our leadership in regards to coaching. Not really concerned about who's going to be a leader in players. I mean, you still got to go out there and play, but as far as like coaching, and developing this team, is new blood, new uh, perceptions and things like that. You know,
Yep.
so it's for me, it's going to be an exciting year. As I hope for everybody else to think it the same way. It's not the same old Bills.
Right.
It's not going to be, our explosive offense going out there on the field, and we're just going to just try to roll throw for 5,000 yards, and no, it's going to be a well balanced, physical, hit you in the mouth type of football,
Oh yeah.
blue collar football that we should have been playing. I can say should have been playing, but for me personally, I've been anticipating for us to play. It was fun to watch, Diggs going out and going 60 yards and things like that. Gabe going 90 yards down the field for a TD, but we will have those plays, but I'm not really looking for that type of style of football.
No.
Um, spread them out, dink and doink if you need to. Make your playmakers, get yards after the catch and things of that nature. So chess game, baby. I'm all about that life.
Yep,
So
and it'll make Buffalo football meaningful in
mhm.
December once again.
Absolutely,
That style, I'm
absolutely.
telling you.
Yeah, we're not having the force to run the ball at week 10, and just to get ourselves prepared for the football, like for playoff football, like we've been doing the past few years,
Right,
having to force to run the ball just to
right,
get our running backs ready, just for whatever, man. But
right.
anyway, well, that's our show, man. That's our show. Thank you all for subscribing, all for our new subscribers, that's been subscribing to us, in between my last show until now. I really appreciate everybody, tuning in and really, showing us some love, man. So, we're growing, we're learning, we're evolving, there'll be some different things that you'll see. And hopefully, we continue to get better, as far as, the hosts of our show. So,
Oh yeah.
um, but other than that, man,
Oh
and
yeah.
that, and
Hold on. Let me shout out. Let me shout out the homies at Dong Wong too, man, for supporting us and subscribing. Y'all really helped me out, man. I really appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, it was a
yeah,
good show.
for sure, man. And in saying that, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to let you know we got another show. But
Sir.
other than that, man, I'm your boy TG, my boy Nature Boy, top billing. We
Sir.
out of here.